let's cowboy up and make something out of nothing. You thought I was going to say make doing a startup great again. We're going to make something out of nothing. What are we going to work with? We're going to work with literally nothing and turn it into something, which is this horsey, my cowboy hat, a starfish, and some arts and crafts supplies. Some arts and crafts supplies that we can begin to win. Is this Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club joke franchise? Check. Is this what they don't teach you at Y Combinator? Check. Is this also Starfish? Starfish with us winning at entrepreneurship using nothing. Literally conjuring up like we are a magician. Who am I? Oh, really nice to meet you. I'm Larry Chang, and I collect things on what they don't teach you in school. And what they don't teach you in school is that you don't need to wait for somebody to give you money in order to make money. You don't have to wait to finish undergrad in order to do an internship where we get paid to get better. And so, in the spirit of that, let's start bullet pointing a couple of street smart things that we can do together in order to accomplish what? You tell me. What do you want to do in your business life? Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, what do you want to do inside of your business life? Do you want to, let's say you want to be a VC because you're not qualified to do it. And if I were to explain what a VC is, which is a venture capitalist, you're going to be like, okay, now what? So, because if you don't come up with a plan for yourself, I will. You're going to be a VC and you've never even sold a company. You're going to be a venture capitalist even though you don't have any money to invest. Is that bad that you don't have any money to invest? No, it's definitely not good, but it's not bad. Let's be venture capitalists as we explore the concept of Starfish, not safe for work stand up comedy. Wait a minute, are you going to talk about venture capital? Or are you going to talk about this being funny? Or is Starfish a concept that I don't understand? That's the humor. Currently, it's inside humor, and we are going to get you guys inside of venture capital while talking about Starfish. Starfish, like, hey, right now, the state of your being is, do you know the difference between your butthole and a hole in the ground? Meaning, can you find your butthole? Because it turns out the answer is sort of. This is the comedic portion and the insightful portion, which is the double entendre for a starfish. What is a starfish? A starfish has 5 arms. How many arms do I have? How many arms do I have? I only have 2 arms. And when we win at entrepreneurship, we seemingly have more than 2 arms. We seemingly wear more than 1 hat. So let's bullet point some of these comedic topics as a not safe for work environment, because when your boss hears that you're listening to me talk, you're going to be in danger. Why? Because now your boss is going to realize that you might eventually become his boss. Why? First person you got to manage, starfish, arm, is you got to manage your boss. Why? Because your boss is thinking about doing what? He's thinking about trying to get you to do better work. This is why you need to be in your boss's head managing yourself. So, question, do you know the difference between a hole in the ground and your boss's mouth? Because your boss is saying things that you're not listening to, and you're treating your boss's words like it's a fart. And this is Starfish, where do you know the difference between your boss's brain and a starfish? Altogether, if you're temporarily confused, this will all make sense in a moment. In the same way that your boss yells at you is the same way that your absentee father sort of yelled at you before he ran away. And do you see how this is not safe for work because your father ditching you caused us to be in this circumstance now, which is you're not that great of an employee and you're thinking about being an entrepreneur. And so the solution for this is forgive your boss for kind of being a jerk, and then let's win at entrepreneurship. Doing what? Doing boss management so that way we do our job so well that we can retire on the job and then begin our side hustle. That entails is doing your job so well that your boss never has to worry about you, and that you working 7 to 10 hours per week is the equivalent. God, I'm hilarious. You working 7 to 10 hours is the equivalent of two people working 40 hours remotely. What we're doing here is we are managing our boss, managing us into a legendary employee where the seemingly production of two arms now goes into multiple arms, which is why I brought my starfish friend with me again today. Is this stuff that they don't teach you at Y Combinator about distribution? Yes, because are we going to hire a biz dev person? No. In fact, people are getting laid off and people are slow to hire. So you're going to need to temporarily do more than your job. You're going to temporarily need to do some value added work so that way your boss is incredibly pleased. What we're next going to do is we're going to help your boss get return on investment before he spends dollar number one going to a work conference where your boss gets to speak. What is your boss speaking on? Whatever topic that would help your company get more revenue. Whatever topic that's going to get more new clients, new prospects, and to fill up the lead funnel. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to hashtag EUTWM PPM, engineer up a tidal wave of momentum, perpetual promotion machine. Why and what? We're going to front run a calendar. So May 6th to May 8th is going to be Bitcoin for corporations. We're going to prepare and win that. May 26th to 28th is going to be Bitcoin Las Vegas. What are we doing? We're front running the calendar. And if we're on Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club and we're hoping to go to Miami for a music festival for free, we want to hope to go to Miami for Art Basel for free. We want to go to Miami for some boondoggle. How are we going to do it? We're going to front run the calendar and we're going to get ROI before the event. Slowing things down a beat, because some of this you might be wondering, is this pure comedy? Are you joking? I'm so confused. Let me break this down into the simplest thing that I could ever say. Distribution. Sales and selling is so hard that there needed to be a word that's a euphemism for doing the hard components about business. Are you currently underemployed? Yes. Are you right now being ridden on like a horsey and you're tired and you haven't even really done anything that productive? Yes. Are you now going to have to do more work with this video series? Optional. Will you choose to practice doing distribution work? Because if you're doing distribution work, you're doing some of the most difficult work, which seems to not be able to scale. Look at these videos. You're wondering why I put so much effort into doing so many videos for so few a number of views. But what you don't see, that I've seen thousands of times, is that the beginning portion of online videos is just like the beginning portion of anything. Slow progress, even more slow progress, and then boom, it takes off. This is from BJ Fogg's content for small, huge. And so this is the work that's required, and you get to witness it. Whether you're witnessing it on February 7th or you're going to witness this February 3rd, 2030. I don't know how long it's going to take for this one video to sink in, which is the Starfish video, not safe for work comedy, as it pertains to becoming VCs by continuing on with this video, which is this. You have not needed money to make money. And with the tools that are available to help you lever, you can leverage so long as you get past the number 0. If you're currently at 0, you're going to get stuck because you can't multiply 0 and get anything other than 0. Once you get above 0, now you're able to generate momentum. And that's what this video is for, to realize that there's a joke franchise that's hilarious. It's called the R2D2 VC. So R2D2 is a Star Wars character, and he's actually Chief Technical Officer of the Millennium Falcon. And because he's the Chief Technical Officer and a robot, does he get any credit? No, he doesn't get any credit for being the Chief Technical Officer. What is an R2D2 VC? That's you and that's us. Why? Because with an R2D2, which is a robot, which is artificial intelligence, we can preview, question, read, summarize, test, and we can front run. We can front run a calendar. We can front run money. We can front run Art Basel December for our free trip to Miami. This is how it specifically works for Bitcoin for corporations with going to Orlando. Maybe Orlando isn't like a giant dream for you guys to go to. Maybe it's not, but guess what? Orlando's going to be our first venture capital experience, because what we're going to do is we're going to become Larry Chang at hashtag Michael Strategy in the same way that Larry Chang, Cheng, is promoting GameStop on the board of directors. Do you need to join the board of directors to be a VC? No. You can just make the company better and have unrealized benefits, meaning we don't know how you're going to benefit as a VC. Welcome to how rich people make money, because this is what poor people ask. If I spend 25 minutes, will you give me 1/3 of $16? because that's what I make per hour. That's not how a rich person thinks. This is at the heart of Starfish. This is at the heart of Orange Coin. This is at the center of the marshmallow test. And so we're killing 17 birds with this one stone of us journeying from your city to Orlando May 4 to May 8. Oh, but Larry, it's going to cost me $42 for a bus ticket. Okay. Or let's say you're going to fly. You're going to be like fancy. You're going to fly there. Cool. That flight's going to cost you $305 round trip. You write the cost of the airplane ride on a piece of paper, $305. Now you're going to make $305 before what day? What day? What day are you going to make that $304? What day? Horsey says you got to make it before May 4 to May 8. Do you see how the sloppiness of how you take notes is how you're half listening and you're not really motivationally listening, as if I'm the most important person that you're ever going to meet on YouTube? And let's say you don't believe that I'm the most important person that you'll ever meet on social media. Well, that's kind of a giant problem, because this is a ginormous Easter egg. And look at my prep. Look at my prep. I brought things that cost very little money. It's a rubber duck. I bought this from Target. These little placards, like, it's just arts and crafts. It's less than 10 bucks. What we're doing is this, in being venture capitalists, where you get to be a VC, is we're taking innocuous things. We're taking seemingly nothing things that cost 40 bucks. This Blink doorbell. And I'm turning it into pop-up office hours at a incubator accelerator, where you literally press the button and who comes riding up? Who comes riding up? Who comes riding up? The Easter Bunny. Is the Easter Bunny intimidating to you? No. Did you get to go to an Easter egg hunt when you're a kid before your dad abandoned your family? No. This is going to be your first Easter egg hunt. If your father took you to hunt for Easter eggs, you should say thank you. You should say thank you. Because what are Easter eggs? What are Easter eggs? Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club? This is like the Easter egg of hanging out with me in Miami. It's an Easter egg, and you're going to need to do a slew of things, because we're talking about how to get $305 before we go to Orlando. This is where we're going to begin winning, and we're going to focus on the YouTube stream. You're welcome. Feel free to continue hanging out. Hashtag R2D2VC, hashtag Starfish, hashtag not safe for work, hashtags connect like protocols such as EUTWM PPM. So what we're going to start winning with for what Starfish is this the Y Combinator logo for is this. In becoming VCs and in becoming awesome with venture capital, what we're doing is we're strategic management 353. We are turning around a company and becoming super rich. What are we turning around? We're turning around a flailing company. What does the company not have? What does the company not have? The company doesn't have an animal logo. And so when the company doesn't have an animal logo, what are we going to do? Because remember, we don't want to slap a chicken in it and then make it gay. We want to slap a stuffed animal logo and make it slay. Why? Because before we would pretend to be gay in order to get into university because now we check the box of not just a regular straight male, right? That's your old LGBTQ-TT hack. This new way is 3 laws of thermodynamics compliant. Why? Because starfish get washed up onto shores during storms. And who saves those starfish? Not a lot of people, which is why when I was a little kid, I'd throw these starfish back into the ocean, okay? And then some old person's like, what are you doing? You can't save all the starfish. And then I'd keep throwing them back in there going, guess what? It mattered to that starfish that I saved. This is our relationship. You're the starfish, and I'm the little boy. I'm throwing you back into the ocean so that way you can live a little longer. Why did you wash up on shore? Well, it's because there's a secret war on the middle class and you're getting fucked, right? You're getting screwed. This is the video that answers it. What are we going to do to keep you guys from getting screwed? We're going to realize that it doesn't take money to make money. It takes a stuffed animal, and let's go to Orlando with $305. How are we going to make $305 in the city that we're at? You don't need to be in Palo Alto. You don't need to be in Miami. You don't need to be in anywhere. New York. You just need to be where you are. It's okay if you're from there. We're now going to journey from this city to Orlando. What dates? This video is not going to continue until you remember the old stuff, because I'm not going to be a part of, oh, just give me something new. Just give me something new. I only want the new stuff. What dates? And what dates for the Bitcoin Las Vegas? What dates for Bitcoin Las Vegas? May 26 to 28, Vegas. May 4 to May 8, Orlando. If you're already in Orlando, say thank you. You're welcome. Because your career is going to become amazing because you happen to live near Walt Disney World, which is kind of going down the toilet, but that's okay. We're going to front run the calendar. When we determine that the calendar can be front run, we benefit. Why? Because May 1 to May 3rd is the Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway Conference in Omaha, Nebraska. Ditto June 20 to 28, which is Omaha College World Series baseball. By the way, I picked this up out of the trash bin. I picked it up out of the trash. That's what front running the calendar is. Now let's get into some specifics on how you make money before Orlando. Everybody is stressed AF about return on investment. So the calendar is critical. So these are going to seem incredibly basic, but organized geniusly together is going to give you momentum where you seem like you're not getting great results. And that is this. In your city, a week from now, you'll be hosting a party with some single-digit number of people. Oh my God, that sounds painful. This is why it's not painful, and it's actually the pain pleasure juxtaposition, it works like this. Problem: people are going to be going to Orlando from your city that need to understand what Bitcoin for corporations is. It's treasury operations that are advanced. Have you studied anything with treasury operations? No. That's okay because I did a YouTube playlist called Treasury Operations. It's at youtube.com/Larry Chang, Treasury Operations playlist. That playlist is critical because that's the future. The future's here, it's just not evenly distributed. Who benefits from distributing unevenly distributed futures? We do. And is this Starfish comedy? Yes. But what is comedy? It's an interruption of what you were expecting, and then maybe you're too paralyzed to laugh. But guess what? Because you're listening, you benefit. Why? Because you are, for the first time, purposefully front running the calendar. This is the first time you've ever accidentally front run a calendar. Front running a calendar making money works specifically like this. In your city, you'll be selling $15 tickets for the people in Omaha, Nebraska who are journeying to Orlando. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to scrape the value from the future and pull it into today. Let me repeat that. You're trying to extrapolate future value of attending Bitcoin for corporations by pulling it back to today. Because what we're doing is we're R2D2 compressing the knowledge that Michael Saylor and Jay and Richard are going to be giving you at the Hilton Hotel on floor number 2 and floor number 3 for treasury operations. Can accounting functions determine that you make better financial decisions using accounting software? Yes. Is Celestial Mining Management accounting software for mining pertinent to other forms of accounting that are currently US dollar denominated that actually need to be Satoshi denominated? What? It's the problem of accounting software. 7 decimals to the right of 0. Solution? No rounding errors. That is Satoshi-based accounting. Have you heard of FASB, Financial Accounting Standards Board? Well, there needs to be a new accounting standards board, which is BFASB, Bitcoin Financial Accounting Standards Board. Let's say you don't believe in Bitcoin. I don't care. Do you believe in the calendar? Do you believe in the calendar? Because if you believe in the calendar, I've got not a bridge to sell you. I've got an API bridge that is going to be minting you at least $305. This is also specifically how to make $305. You sell 2 MicroStrategy vests that you first sell for $200. You sell 2 of them, and then you go buy these vests for less than $100. To repeat, you're trying to make $305. You sell 2 vests for $200, and then you go buy the vests for less than $50 each. That's your $305. And do you see how you seem to think, oh, there's no way I could sell a $200 vest? There's no way. But that's also because you're a landing page virgin. That's also because I'm talking to mostly business virgins. And I'm not talking about sexual virgins, even though you're probably also a sexual virgin. I'm talking about, can you get to 1 sale? And this is a vest that's incredibly valuable to people that own thousands of micro strategy shares that now have a rebrand into strategy. And so the Bitcoin logo in and of itself is not trademarked. And so you can do a Bitcoin Vest strategy that's an external API into Bitcoin. So now you're selling and doing merchandising. You're not doing this at scale. You're not doing this at scale. That's a water burp. You're not doing it at scale. You're just doing it to barely get yourself to Orlando. Now you're in the EUTWM PPM sweet spot, which is what? Which is you're now momentum wise being carried to Orlando from your city with money. Let's say Bitcoin for corporations is too technical for you because you're like that was a good example and I'm gonna just stay a virgin, right? I understand that. What about, and this is me selling you on a free idea right now, you're welcome. In Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, I know you're going to be like all the way up my starfish thinking about this, which is this, which is this, which is this. Let's go to Austin City Limits version in March 7 through 14. What would you do to hang out with me at a music festival for a week? What would you do? What would you pay? Let's say $1,000 because you're not staying with me in my hotel room in Austin. No, 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 no. So now it's $1,000 for this. Are we going to OnlyFans our money into some housing? No, 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 no. Plus, like some of you guys, a little too fat to do OnlyFans. This is what we're going to do. Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, you guys love this because this is going to be amazing. We are going to make $1,000 before South by Southwest. How? I'd grab a pen. Like I would get your favorite pen and that journal notebook that you don't write in enough and do something magical. I'm going to turn her on right now. Where's her button? I never know where her button is. Oh, it's the last part I checked. Her button. Her button's not turning her on. I'm going to alleviate this. South by. It's $1,000. It's $1,000. Let's go. Oh, look. She finally turned on. I found her spot. So, we're going to take this starfish in your city and we're going to help people get ROI for South by before they go to South by. Why? Because we are realizing what? That the cost of going to things is becoming higher and higher. Inflation's real. So, how are we going to make $1,000 without doing OnlyFans and without having to lose 20 pounds? This is how we're going to do it. We're going to hunt for a problem and we're going to solve that problem with an external API. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we're going to go to a business incubator and we're going to install a light bulb. We're going to install a doorbell. You know how like right now doorbells, this is from Shelby Sapp, by the way, you go house to house doing sales and you ring the doorbell and you try to sell them through the doorbell. So this is hat tip Shelby Sapp. What you're going to do is you're going to go to a vacant office building or a incubator that is in your city An incubator is like a WeWork or a Regis or some office that is renting out shared office space. And you're going to ask to install a doorbell. And that doorbell is going to be like a secret G spot of being able to turn on and turn off a Starfish. What's that Starfish connect to? It connects to Larry Chang. And so people can ask me questions via a $50 doorbell. And are you going to charge $50 for this $50 doorbell? No, 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 no. You're going to try to make $2,000. What? There's no way I can make $2,000. Here's how the money works. Rent that they pay is worth $5,000. Will Regis and WeWork pay you $2,000 to make that thousands of dollars? They may not pay you $2,000, but they'll definitely pay you $500. What are they paying $500 for? To sit in an office to do collaborations. And do you see how running an external API into shared office space is some genius level shit that it requires a stuffed animal, another stuffed animal, and some notes? What are you doing? You're doing lead generation. You're doing the tough work of, why do I come to this office to work? It's a good question. Oh, I like it for the energy of the people. Well, what if the energy of the people also made you money? And that's what we're doing to make almost $1,000 before we go to South by. And let's say we only sell one deal for $500. Well, now you're going to have to take the bus to Austin and then crash on somebody's floor. Not my floor, but somebody's floor, somebody's floor. And then when somebody's floor, like, and then you just try to keep on making more money, or restream, or rego, or ratchet back your spending, or sell two office spaces for the shared office space. What are you trying to do from a return on investment standpoint? Because at the heart of this perpetual money making machine is the idea that you don't need money to make money, and to be incredibly resourceful, and to reach out with me to conjure up this duct tape together concept. It was great spending time with you. I enjoyed our first interaction or our 50th interaction. And what I hope that we can gather is that this video is the turning point of your life in being able to win at entrepreneurship by doing baby steps, by doing some small baby steps.